It sounds mad this, but it felt like I was meant to go to prison. Like, all this was supposed to happen for a reason. Like, when I got into the jail cell, you got to understand the door closed behind me, and I thought, right, you've fucking done it now, haven't you?
What's jail like? I mean, from your TikTok comments, I'm not even sure if you went.
And a murderer stands out in front of me, and he goes, you're a snitch, aren't you? I'm never confrontational. And I don't know why I've done it. I've just gone, what the fuck are you going on about? He said, I'm not a fucking snitch. So he's looked at me in the eyes and he said, and look at me now, I've gone from 20,000 followers to 150,000 followers because I don't give a fuck about what anybody says. And everybody says about the comment section, everybody says about, oh, have you seen all these comments? How are you doing, Cam? I'm fucking fine. I am fine. You think I could filter them comments if I didn't want to see them, or if I didn't want you to see them? I want you to see them. You are fueling that algorithm every single time you comment. So keep fucking commenting and slag me off. Because I've been to prison, no one can work as hard as me.
What makes you think that because you went to prison, no one can work as hard as you? Because I think I work pretty fucking hard. I think H works hard and we haven't been to prison. What separates you?
Okay, put yourself behind the door, no phone, no human contact, no family contact. You've ruined your family's life for years and then you got to sit there and deal with every single thing. Tell me, when they unlock that door, they are not unlocking a caged animal. I went out there and nobody could stop me.
I think you're full of shit.
Yo guys, welcome back to the Gooms podcast. Today, we welcome back and exposed Cam Easty. Is he really making 40 racks a month? Did he really go to prison? Stick around to the end of the episode to find out the truth. Make sure that you subscribe because me and Chris appreciate the support more than you know. Enjoy the episode, guys. There's no way that you really make 40 racks a month.
Nah, I don't. Nah, I'm only joking. It's 6 figures a month, obviously.
You know how we do after a 6 figures or two.
You know how we do after the 6 figures or two.
To earn 6 figures a month, what do you actually do?
There's numerous different things. So obviously, I realised pretty quickly after starting that this money is going to be here for maybe not forever. And I don't actually know how long it's going to be here for. I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing this with TikTok. I don't know if it's going to continue like Amazon. I don't know if it's going to continue like Instagram. I don't know if it's just going to fall off like Rumble and the other platforms that have also came along.
Fucking hell, what happened to Rumble?
Exactly. That's what I mean.
People are still posting on Rumble, like Steve will do it and the Tates, aren't they?
The platform itself was pretty shit though, wasn't it? Like it was shit to navigate around.
Yeah. It's like old YouTube. Old YouTube. And they don't have do you know when you go on, there's no dashboard, it's just like search.
Yeah.
Search. So the thing was, I knew I had to diversify my money when it first came to my bank. So the first thing was to move out. I moved out. And then after that, I'm going to tell you a story that no one's ever heard before. So I went for a viewing after I was in my house in Salford. I thought I was moving to Manchester, but I ended up going to Salford. And I'm friends with a guy called Jack who owns Aftermarket Arbitrage. And the penthouse across from him came up. And I was touching I was making enough money, but it wasn't for long enough. I'd only been making it for like 4 or 5 months, and I thought...
Wait, how much had you been making?
First month 15, second month 20, third month 18, fourth month 20 something, and then at this month I just hit the 35k threshold.
Not quite the 40 racks.
Not quite the 40 racks.
What was the rent?
£4 a month. Fuck. So I've gone to view this apartment, and this guy has been messaging me. This landlord has been messaging me, hounding me. I'm thinking, what? Anyway, he's FaceTiming me. And I'm sat there in Salford in my little room on my computer. And he's like, what are you doing? It's like, it's pretty late there, innit? I said, yeah, I'm just working. He was like, working at this time? He said, yeah. He said, for some reason, I like you, Cam. He said, when do you want to come for a viewing? I said, whenever you can do, mate. Sunday. You reckon you can do Sunday? Yeah, I've got church in the morning, but I can come after church. He was like, all right, come. I'll turn up at this viewing. I've gone before church, and it was supposed to be obviously a 10-minute viewing, just look around the apartment. David Silver had previously lived in this apartment. Also, another guy who had done side hustles had lived there before. and it'd been vacant for a little while. And I'd gone in, and we'd been sat there. Well, he's gone, Cam, take a seat. I want to talk to you. I thought, is he going to try and give it me? Because I'm trying to go in and I'm trying to get it for 3.5. I ain't paying for it. I don't want to pay for. I had it in a figure. I'd be happy to go up to 3.5. So I thought he was sitting me down for that. And he was like, Cam, I like you. I was like, all right. Why? He was like, there's something about you. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why it is, but I like you. And I've been messaging Jack about you, and I want to know more about you. He was like, how do you structure your companies? I said, what do you mean? I was like, I've just got the company, I just pay my money into the company, it's a limited company. He's like, stupid. I said, what do you mean I'm stupid? He says, you need one group where all your money gets paid into. Then you need little companies off that. If you're releasing brands, you need a company for every single brand. Any other business idea you think of doing, put it in a different company. Then you need to have all your money away from all that, not in that group, and you need a holdings company that holds all the money for you. So I was like, all right. But he taught me through every single step, and it took him probably 10 hours I was at a viewing for. So I'd gone to a viewing for 10 hours, all because of this penthouse that I wanted. And this guy just wanted to invest in me. This guy, let me tell you, is a middleman between oligarchs, Saudi Arabian businessmen, people in the oil industry, like some of the biggest people you can imagine. And he was saying, I want to do something with you. And was consistently on at me all the time. But the time I was in was, I was going through the stage of, I'd already recorded my course. I'd already opened up some of the brands that I wanted to do. Well, I was opening some of the brands that I wanted to do. And what he wanted to do, he wanted to take 50% of anything I was bringing. And I already knew. What you've got to understand is, he's in mining. So if he's in mining and a middleman, what he does is usually put two big companies together, but they're never online. So he was trying to take a step into an online space and had not a clue. So I had this guy who sat me down and told me everything, wants me to do this, and I just said no. And the reason I said no was because I knew I had something coming. I knew I had something coming and I knew what to do with it. And I believed in myself because I've been to prison. No one can work as hard as me. And I believed it, and I did. So
what makes you think that because you went to prison, no one can work as hard as you? Because I think I work pretty fucking hard. I think H works hard, and we haven't been to prison. What separates you?
Okay. Put yourself behind the door. Put yourself behind the door. No phone, no human contact, no family contact. You've ruined your family's life for years, and then you've got to sit there and deal with every single thing. Tell me, when they unlock that door, they are not unlocking a caged animal. I went out there, and nobody could stop me. You want to work more than me? I'll work more than you. And it wasn't just, it was a thing where in Manchester, I was coming in and I was taking over, I was doing restaurants. That was the first place I started. I was doing the marketing for restaurants, and I was working every single hour of the day. I was getting limited by my tag. I had to run home. Literally, my tag would finish and I'd have to get the train and sprint home on the last train. If that train was late, which I had to take the gamble of every single day, I would go back to jail. My tag would be done. I'd have to go back. And I took that risk, and then I go home, and I'm not going to lie, at the start, I fell into that doom scrolling trap at the start, because like, I've come out and someone's given me a phone, and it's like, I'm sat there thinking, this is great. But then I thought, you're not going to be no different than anybody else. You're only working till 7. What, you're working 1 hour more than other people? So then it started to dawn on me. It started to creep in my mind, and I was thinking, right, I need to do more. So now, it's mad to be fair, and it's crazy. Every hour I'm up, I work. Not because, but I enjoy it. I'm sure you do as well. The work that you do doesn't feel like work. You wake up in the morning, it's not hard to get out of bed. Get to my desk, make 40 racks a month, and go back to bed.
What's different to the Cam that we sat with 5 months ago now?
Someone believed in me. What
do you mean?
I had an idea, I had an idea, but I was a nobody. So one of the biggest guys, definitely in the Manchester scene, if you was going to do a side hustle, Jack from Aftermarket Arbitrage, sat me down in Sexy Fish in Manchester, bearing in mind I'm like this little, I've got just come from a little house in Salford. I'm thinking, what am I in here? Like, I've never been to like a mega posh restaurant. I've been to some, but I'm sat there thinking, what? And he's like, tell me. So I told him everything. I met with him on like the Wednesday. On the Sunday, we went out for a meal and signed the contract. And he was like, I believe in you. And the mad thing was when I was sat in my bedroom before I went to jail, I did try side hustles for a year. And I used to watch Jack's podcast. 1 month later, I was sat on it. 1 year and 1 month later, I was sat on the same podcast I used to watch other people sit on. I was sat there in the penthouse, in that same podcast, and I'm now doing a course with him. And it just felt like I was meant, it sounds mad this, but it felt like I was meant to go to prison. Like, all this was supposed to happen for a reason. All this was supposed to happen for a reason, because what you used to watch, let me tell you this. I got kicked out of my apartment. And when I got kicked out of my apartment, I was like, this is the worst thing that could ever happen. And I'm sure you might know it, but I've always had this thing in my head where if anything bad happens, like when I came on last time, my car, everything was the end of the world.
Victim mentality.
Victim mentality. And I couldn't drop that for quite some time. I was sat there and I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Because I've turned down the guy for the penthouse. Penthouse is gone. I've gone into this one, thought I'd find the perfect one. We've been looking for a few months. And now I'm getting kicked out. So I was like, so I went and viewed this apartment. Scrolling back through my camera roll. When I sit in that apartment, I looked down at my phone and I'd filmed it. 18 months prior. I was acting like I lived in the middle of Manchester. I'd gone to Manchester with my girlfriend to just film B-roll content to put on my lifestyle TikTok page to get people to join my Discord. And I'd filmed. That was the only apartment block that I'd filmed. 18 months later, I'm sat on my phone looking at it thinking, I'm in the exact same building, on the exact same side, everywhere where I filmed. 18 months later, I was sat in that apartment. I was just like, fuck, mad.
Do you think that means anything? Because you didn't intentionally film the apartment, did you?
No, and like, that's what I mean is I was sat there and I think it does mean something, yeah, because...
What?
I feel like it was like I was being tested for them 18 months. I've been to prison, I'd been and done... I'd been put through the hell that I probably put my family through for the past 22 years prior to that. Going out, partying, drinking, coming in at silly o'clock in the morning. My little brother had just been born, banging through the front door, waking him up, ruining everyone's life around me, thinking life was about me. And then I was tested and made me think, I'm not on this planet to just fuck it. Like, when I got into the jail cell, you got to understand the door closed behind me, and I thought, you've fucking done it now, haven't you?
What's jail like? I mean, from your TikTok comments, I'm not even sure if you went.
Nah, I didn't. Nah, I'm joking. I did.
Go on.
Jail is as bad as you make it. It's as bad as you make it. If you go in there with a drug addiction, you're coming out 10 times worse. If you go in there with a strong mentality, which when I went in there, I flopped like a little kid. My brain, not from people, not from anyone around me, my brain just collapsed from the inside in. Imagine, right, sitting in behind the cell door for 23 hours of the day and anything you've ever done bad in your life, overthinking it and getting paranoid about it and then overthinking what you're overthinking about. Like, I was just in this horrible train of thought for probably the first 12 weeks of me being in jail. I was just sat there going through this same thing over and over and over and
Have you got any stories from anything that happened in prison? Significant.
What do you want?
That one time that you got
in the showers.
In the showers.
No, like something a little bit mad.
There's loads of different ones. So there was there's the prison visits where people got battered on prison visits in front of like family members. That was horrible. That was mad.
Wait, who's battering on?
So basically, you're supposed to, if you are the person who's on the visits, make sure that two people are not together. So this guy, a few days prior, had battered somebody on one of the lower wings in the jail, so like A, B, C, or D wing. He'd hit somebody, battered him, and he'd been took off to the block. The block is like isolation. You're just not allowed out. But he's allowed a visit. So he's gone to the visit room, and one of the lad's mates who he's battered has seen him. So me and my girlfriend are just chatting, but I can't see it's behind me. And this guy's just gone like that, round this guy's face, cleaned him out in front of kids, family members, everything. That was the bit where it was just like, fuck, like, you seriously remember where you are when you sat there seeing your family and someone gets chinned.
Did you get into any trouble in prison?
No. Reason is because I'd already fucked up enough in life as it was. I weren't going in jail to fuck up anymore. Like, I was thinking, right, I'm going to get in here. You get free healthcare. You get a job. You've got to apply for a job. But you get numerous different things that, if you take full advantage of them, they are good things. So, for example, when I got myself a job, became a barber. Still don't know how to cut fucking hair. So don't ask me for a fade after this, boys.
You know how we do after a shit trim or two. Imagine going to get a trim in fucking prison and he's the fucker that turns up with the clippers.
Well, the worst thing is I could still go back. So imagine if I went back to jail now. I'm on license.
Were you, I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but were you like one of the smaller guys in prison?
No. So basically, when you go into jail, there's no smaller guy. It's like the only people that are seen as smaller guys are druggies, like crackheads. I call them crackheads, fish heads. Like, if you're on the fish is spice. If you're on the fish, you're gone. So, for example, I was sat in a prison cell one night. Nice young lad. There was a young lad next to me, 21 he was. Nice kid, to be fair. Was decent, spoke nice, just had a bit of an hard upbringing, but he'd gone on the fish. And one night, I've heard him just go, I thought. So I've been shouting out the window, yo, I'm not going to say his name, but I was shouting out the window to him and he weren't responding. Anyway, I said to my pad mate, that can't be right. So I'm banging on the door, the actual wall now. First I banged on with my hand, then I banged on with a chair, and still no response. So I'd pressed the buzzer at the start when I first heard him do it. I started booting the door. You got to kick your door, and there's like a little bit of movement in your door, but because it's steel, because it's metal, bang so loud. So I'm kicking the shit out my door. Anyway, the guy goes, "What do you want?" I said, "I think the kid next to us gone down." We've gone down in jail, you know what I mean? He's gone down off fish. Anyway, he'd smoked a bad bit of fish. Someone had fucking given disinfectant on a piece of paper. He's put it on the end of his vape, smoked it. Man's gone. So I banged on the door. Then 2 seconds later, you see the ambulance fly up. They come in. The ambulance lady says, "Can you open up?" I think I was in 304. "Can you open up 304? And she just walked into the pad and says, "You've just saved someone's life." I was like, shit. And like, that was probably one of the most maddest feelings, was because then this was at 9 o'clock at night, trying to sleep after that. So you've just saved someone's life, but you've heard every single bit. You then realise that you're in jail because someone just nearly died right next to you. Seeing people come on the landing with red faces. They've been kettled, hot water thrown over the face.
It's rough.
It's fucking, like, mate, you open up your pad door, you have to jump up straight away and lock the door. You don't know who's going into your pad. You don't know who wants to come and rob you. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who's been talking about what. You're very paranoid in jail.
You're always on edge.
Always on edge. I remember once I was walking down the landing, and a murderer stands out in front of me. And he goes, "You're a snitch, aren't you?" So for some weird reason, I'm never confrontational. So I said, what the fuck are you going on about? And I don't know why I've done it. I've just gone, what the fuck are you going on about? He said, I'm not a fucking snitch. So he's looked at me in the eyes and he said, I was just testing you. But he apparently had done it to other people. So I was like, there is bits like that as well. Like, I've just come back from doing me washing. Fucking, I could have just gone, what the fuck are you going on about? Because like, I've got me washing in my hands, I'm looking up. But yeah, it's just like, things like that, like, could you be going down for your tea? I remember once I was having my tea and I just got my pigeon and potatoes, we call it. It's like your roast on a Sunday, but it's definitely not a roast. We call it pigeon for a reason. And this kid's gone, yo, whose fucking hair you touching? This next minute, I just see this guy get cleaned out, all over touching someone's hair. Then someone gets stabbed. Then they run into someone's pad, and I was getting released with a guy whose like face was all. I've never seen someone be battered that hard that their face leaks pus, and his face was leaking all this like yellow stuff. He'd been battered that hard. Like, mate, I'm talking. His face was double the size on one side. Like, that's when you know you're in jail. Like, you're going down to things and you're looking at people, and like lads are just starting fights over who's doing more pull-ups than the other one. Fucking, honestly, you got to understand people are inside jail for a long time.
Did you learn anything in jail? Obviously, I know you said when that door closes on you and they open it, it's like
respect.
It's like
respect.
You learnt respect.
Yeah, I learned respect. I always had some kind of respect, but in jail, when you've got not a lot and you haven't got a lot going on for you, and everybody's at the same point, it don't matter if you've robbed an house, it don't matter if you've killed somebody, it doesn't matter if you've sold drugs, it doesn't matter if you've one punch killed somebody. Everybody is at the same level. You can't go any lower, and you're all at rock bottom together. So I tell you this, and this is the fucking craziest thing, and you'll think, what the fuck? So if someone gives you a tin of tuna when you're that low, you have never felt appreciation like it in life, because sometimes, some days you will be starving, like especially when you first get to jail and your canteen, your money on your system hasn't hit because your family can send you money in. When someone gives you a tin of tuna and goes, listen, sweet mate, don't worry about it. You learn a degree of respect for somebody when they're handing you a tin of tuna and saying, look mate, here you go. And it's like, fuck, like, it sounds mad that, but it was the little things that you start to appreciate.
So you came out of jail. How did that respect transcend into real life? Well, not real life, but life outside of prison.
I was in 25 grand's worth of debt to my dad. The first thing I came out to do is, if I was a man, I was going to pay him back. I knew he wanted to move house, and he couldn't move house because I owed him 25 grand.
Would you say that you were a man before?
No.
But when you came out, you were?
Yeah.
Just respect or anything else?
How to hold yourself. How to not let someone take the piss out of you. How to even just be polite, just be nice. It taught you a degree of something that I'd only see that if you went to the army. Some people didn't get it. Some people went the totally opposite way and was disrespectful. But you get naughty kids in school, you get good kids, and you just get people who are all right. And everyone's at rock bottom together. You're not getting no fucking lower than jail, apart from if you're dead. Tell me, do you know one more place that apart from jail?
No, I'm with you, I agree.
Yeah, so when you're at that point and you're all there together, it's a beautiful place. Jail is a beautiful place when you're all at rock bottom together. But, so when I came out, I thought, if I can hold this to people who are criminals, so you can, but to people who are criminals, how can't you fucking hold that to your parents? So I came out and I held it to my parents. And then people always say to me, Cam, why are you so nice? People always say to me now, why do you want to help people? Because people helped me when I was at rock bottom. Criminals helped me. Criminals, the people that everybody writes off, turned around to me and went, here you go, mate. It's all right, don't worry about it. And I used to think, what a fucking guy. But if I can hold that to criminals and say, I can help him out, I'm also going to help anyone else out around me.
Do you think it's a coincidence that you've come out, you're Cam in check, as opposed to Cam that was a mess? You're working hard, you're treating people with respect, you're holding yourself in a different manner. and in such a short period of time, your life has been flipped completely. Because before you went in, you were broke, and you were just about to go into fucking jail. There's not really two worse things that can happen to you, really.
I was sat there in jail and thought, I'm not sitting in jail to go work a 9 to 5 again. I'm not doing it. And I know what people will think. Oh, he thinks he's self-employed. No, the thing was, it's like school, one shoe fits all. And I feel like the same with most 9 to 5s. Not all, but most 9 to 5s. And especially the ones I could only get, which was telesales jobs, all these kind of jobs where you sat or doing admin behind a computer. I wasn't coming out of jail to do that, because that had what had put me in the situation of having no money, right? So I'd always wanted to work for myself, and I'd always told myself that at one point in my life I'll do it. So I said, you can't get much fucking lower now, Cam. You can't give any more excuses now. So you're going to have to fucking do it, mate. So came out of jail. So I'm going to have 2 weeks with my family and my girlfriend, getting back to just spending time with them, appreciating them, and I was going to get cracking. And every single hour I was allowed out of that house from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. at night, I was out of that house. Everyone said, oh, is it hard being on tag? No, it's not hard being on tag, because I'm out for every hour. Imagine being out of the house 12 hours a day, every day. And yeah, everyone's like, fucking hell. My dad turned around to me the other day. Fuck, this like nearly brings me to tears. So Dad turned around to me the other day and said, I'm fucking proud of you, you know. I said, why? He said, 12 months ago, Cam, you walked out of jail and you owed me 25 grand. You've just paid me off. And it's 11 months later. I thought you was going to pay me £200 for the rest of your life. And you've done it in 11 months. And then after that, I showed him my rooftop football pitch, and then I showed him the apartment, and I showed him everything that his son has done in 11 months. And everybody said, he was embarrassed to call me his son when I was in jail. My stepmom was worried about people finding out. That's why I didn't tell anybody, because I didn't want to embarrass my parents any more than I already had. And I remember coming out of jail, and I was sat there, and fucking everyone, when after I come on this podcast, was saying, who the fuck does he think he is? Coming out of jail, thinks he's some motivational fucking speaker. So you know what I did? Sat there and I thought, fuck you. I thought, I'm not going to reply to you.
Can I ask you something? The first time you came on the podcast, the clips went crazy viral.
Yeah.
You went away. We all, I think the whole Cam Easty community noticed an influx of podcast clips.
Yeah.
Was that on someone else's pod? Or did you set that up at home? They want the truth.
So, the fake pod clips wasn't...
So they were fake?
It wasn't actually a... So basically what it was... So you got to understand, I'm working with people who don't want to be on camera. And I'm not going to push them to be on camera. Like some of the people I was starting with didn't want to be on camera. So what am I supposed to do? If no one wants to work with me, I'll just do it on my own. At that point, I don't give a fuck what anybody said. I'm still doing it if I'm doing it with someone or without anyone. And I didn't care. If it's getting me fucking views, it's getting me eyes on me. And it says it, the reason I don't care, and look at me now, is I've gone from 20,000 followers to 150,000 followers because I don't give a fuck about what anybody says. Everyone says, one second, everybody says about the comment section. Everybody says about, oh, have you seen all these comments? How are you doing, Cam? I'm fucking fine. I am fine. You think I could filter them comments if I didn't want to see them, or if I didn't want you to see them? I want you to see them. You are fueling that algorithm every single time you comment. So keep fucking commenting and slag me off.
You've grown the following. You've grown the following.
Yeah.
What's the funnel? Because I know the Cam Easty that I know is smarter than everybody thinks. What's the funnel to make money? What's the funnel to make money from the monetization?
So first of all, what I'll do is I'll give free knowledge, and I'm happy to give free knowledge. There is no reason to not give you free knowledge. If you want to start, I'll give it you. So I'll catch you into the Discord with a free knowledge. Then I'll give you 3 different choices what you can make. You can either make a choice of 495 a month, or you can break 495 a year, or you can break it down to 495 41 a month, or you can spend £25 a month on the Discord, or you can do a low ticket item if you want to just start and you want to just pretend like you're going to do it, and you can spend $7.99. And I've captured your money, because the thing is, at the end of the day, there's so many people in the UK who say they're going to start something but never fucking do. So there we go. 3-tier system, low, medium and high, and I'm slowly building into other things.
Well, what's the most that you've personally made in a day?
£8,000. Sorry, I had to work it out. £8,000.
£8,000.
Yeah.
I think you're full of shit.
I think I'm full of shit. I've got the fucking receipts to back it up, mate.
Now we've got that for the trailer. We can Cam, you said earlier, I don't know how long this money's going to last.
Yeah.
Talking obviously about social platforms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's very wise of you to think that way. I don't think TikTok is going to be around forever.
Yeah.
And the way that you monetize and TikTok shop are, the commission's going to be what they are forever, etc.
Yeah.
What's the plan for you in the next kind of, let's say 5 years, because it's short to medium, for you to go from your 40, 60, 6 figs a month or two? How are you going to double, quadruple, 10x that? And how are you going to progress? What's the plan?
So when I got the 40 racks, when I hit the 40 racks in a month, I sat there and thought, when I'd had that meeting with that penthouse owner, I thought, right, I'm going to have to make brands. So I made this idea of making brands. I've made some of the fucking craziest products you could ever imagine. Louis sat over there, and if you ask his girlfriend loves every single one of my fucking products. I've created drinks, which you've probably never seen, because you won't know they're mine, because I don't tie my face to a brand, because then I can never sell the brand. I've also got beauty companies. I've got semi-permanent makeup brand. Got loads of different stuff. There's loads. I've also invested into an overseas property. I'm about to buy an apartment, which is going to be Airbnb'd. I also sign people to 50/50, which I do in my own course, but I sign people to 50/50 and I'll monetize their platform. One of the bigger names is, I can't say. I've just signed 2 big people this week.
I reckon you can do a little name drop. No?
No.
Not yet?
No, because I don't tie my name to brands. I don't.
Because once people know that E's attached to it, they won't fucking buy it anymore.
Yeah. That's what. But do you see what I'm saying? Is like, I run with a brand on social media. I'm not an idiot. See me in person. Like, I don't even want to go to Dubai because I don't think it's for me. Like, I'm so laid back that I just need a poolside, a nice laptop, and just my Apple headphones, and I'm fine. I don't need anything else. I hate my car. My car causes me too much attention. I bought that at the start when I thought I wanted attention. I hate attention. I drive my girlfriend's little CLA. Nobody sees me. I sit in the passenger seat. I lie low, and nobody sees me. I get from A to B, and I do get noticed sometimes in a Nando's or something like that, but it's just nice. It's friendly interaction. I'm not constantly trying to be out there. I'm not trying to be flamboyant. I'm not trying to be anything like that. I just want to be me.
I think one misconception that a lot of people have, and I mean, I can speak from experience, that it happened with Tate. Everyone thought that he said that, and it's Bible, it's the be-all and it's the end-all.
Yeah.
When I see your shit, because sometimes it's shit, and you know it is as well, you think, fucking hell, he's going to get some nibbles there.
Yeah.
But you've done them on purpose to get the nibbles, to get the conversations. But deep down, like you said, we've spent the most of today with Cam and Lou, and don't have a bad word to say. Our whole conversation has been, boys, you could do this to implement this, to do this, and to win in this place, and to do this. You can excel in this. Let me send you this number. This guy's a good dude with a very well-functioning brain, business brain. And even though sometimes he looks like a bit of a cock, and he might be a bit of a cock sometimes, he's actually all right. So cut him a bit of slack as well, man.
No, don't. I need the comments. The thing is, I'm chilled. Spent a lot of time in jail. I've gone from this big guy who thought he had ADHD, was all over the show, was jittery, couldn't even like hold my hand straight. I was always like this.
I can sense a difference in you from 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Massively, by the way. I haven't told you
I've
that.
had no human interaction, and I'll be honest, I've had no human interaction. I've been sat in my apartment, apart from Lou. I don't have human interaction, and when I do, it's only for I only do things now that are going to further me, and that sounds horrible. But I won't hold a conversation with you if I don't think it's actually going to benefit me in the long term. Like, I won't. It's not that I won't speak to you. I won't not speak to you, but I just put myself in my apartment for a reason. As soon as I go outside that apartment, Cam, have you heard about this? Cam, do you want to start this business with me? Cam, do you want to do that? No, I want to do it all on my own. I just want to be on my own. I just want to be on my own because I've already worked with too many people. And when I met you previously, I was doing so many different things with so many different people. But nobody is on the same path as I am. Some people are a bit further down the line than I am and have made a lot more money than I have. So I aren't going to work as hard as I am because they don't need to. So if I don't line up to you, that's why me and Lou Pat do really well together, because he's trying to make some fucking money and I'm trying to make some money. And the thing is yeah, you might think I'm a cock, but honestly, the reason I do stuff like that is because as soon as I'm a cock, the numbers just go like that. And why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Because you know what? I look at that, right?
This podcast is shot, edited, and brought to you guys by our marketing agency, GMS Creative.
Since GMS came in and took over our socials, our Instagram and social media has just blown up.
The guys are really good. They really get my vision. We've worked together for over a few years now.
One of the best things about working with GMS Creative is the fact that I've got so much time back. They allow me to do what I do best. They manage the social media and advertising, and I can work on fulfilling orders and creating great products that our customers love.
If you're interested in finding out how me, H, and our team can help propel you and your online presence, click the link in our description to book a free call in today. Oh, press that subscribe button. Peace.
So, for example, you watch Coronation Street, you've watched Only Way is Essex, that's all put on. My social media is all put on. I just got like the Only Way is Essex do. They go back to their house. Look at Joey Essex now. He's on Love Island. I seen him the other night. I thought, I'm sure he used to be dumb. Now he's not dumb. It's all the persona. It's all the persona, and that's what people need to understand. It's all for a show. Like, I'm not like that. I can't be bothered. I just want to be chilled. I want to live my life, and I want to make a shit ton of money. And I want to build something for my family. Someone said something to me the other day. If you don't change, your kids are going to go through the same problems that you have and your parents have. The same debt, the same everything. So I thought, fuck. Yeah, that's true. Because your parents have gone through it, your grandparents have gone through it, their parents have gone through it. So it's up to you to change it. If you don't change it, your kids are going to get the same future. Oh, fuck. So I don't know why, but that has built some next level fire up in me, because I don't want my kids coming into this world thinking I have to go through that. But I also do think I'm going to make my children graft. But
How's Cam Easty with his children?
I've got two brothers. I'm sure you see me with Jude. Mm-hmm. Jude's not allowed on camera no more, not because of me, because of parents. And he's not allowed on camera, but I take him to JD. That kid, he's going into high school soon, and I want him to have the best of everything, because there was parts where I was 15 and my mum was very, very ill, and I had to look after Jude on my own. And I remember what it was like to have no fucking money with Jude. And I remember what it was like to get free haircuts and use my social media platform just to get Jude an haircut. Like, I remember what that's like. So now, I've gone from fucking the suburbs park, which is horrible, to a rooftop football pitch, to my little brother being able to get him whatever he wants. What's
that feel like?
Like I'm a fucking man. Like I'm a man. And all it took me, and I'll be honest with you, 3 months of graft. 3 months of solid sat there and fucking wanting to do something, and not just doing what everybody tells you to. Go to your job, get in a mortgage, then in your mortgage, then you'll get into debt, then you're going to get a car, then you're tied into your car, and then you're in the UK, and you can't fucking move anywhere else. So I thought, no, not doing it. Not doing it. Fuck that. I'm as much money for the next year and a half, and as soon as I can get on a flight, I'm getting on a flight and fucking off it. So I'm trying to make Jude's life, my brother's life, and everyone's life around me as good as possible before I do leave.
Where are you going?
Thailand.
Why Thailand?
I just want to start in Asia and just trot around.
No, he wants the he-she's. He reminded me back of the times in the shower.
Remind me of jail.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go to Thailand, but I could never afford it. I couldn't afford to save up. Well, just too busy going out. So I just want to be able to do what I've always wanted to do. Just go to Thailand and just literally. You know what's mad? And this is what who put this into my mind was Meeks, right? Meeks turned around to me one day and I was stressing. I was dropping my car off and he turned around to me and went, Cam. He said, what the fuck are you stressing about? I said, what do you mean? He said, you and me can work from anywhere. And it settled into me at that one point. No one had ever said it to me before because like I said, I don't really come out of the house. I can work from fucking anywhere. I've been working so hard to make sure everything's online. I got rid of my agency because I wanted everything online. I got rid of everything because I wanted to just be solely online. I can work from wherever I want, whenever I want, and nobody can tell me any fucking different.
What about, surely if you've got businesses that sell products, don't you need to be around to manage that type of stuff?
My product businesses are like online businesses. I never see the products. You think I'm not fucking dumb to get into my house? It goes from the supplier straight to TikTok. They fulfill it for me, and I just see the money rolling.
You just got told.
I'm just trying to ask the right questions to the people at home.
Bro, we spoke about kids and obviously your relationship with your brother, but I want to touch on your relationship with your missus.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that being broke, being a bum, being a drunk, being a fucking mess, more often than not leads to a fucking pissed off girlfriend.
So.
Wait, I'm not done yet.
Go on.
You then go away
You can
for however long and she's not seeing you, she's not obviously visits and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you come back, she's there waiting for you and you're this new man. And then you start making all of this money. And then you start doing all of these investments. And then you start creating these brands and saying, baby, we're going to Thailand. What the fuck happened in that relationship to get from, like I said, Cam that was a mess, that was a bum, to the Cam that we've got today, that has multiple income streams and wants to move abroad and is completely online, etc. What's changed in your relationship during this transition?
So, speaking to my girlfriend the other week, and she turned around to me and said, do you think if I went, she said, that's what she said to me, was doing questions in a car. You might have seen them on TikTok. And
I've seen them, yeah.
Doing questions in a car, and between one of them, I said, like, would you, oh no, that was it. She said, what do you think would have happened if you didn't go to prison? And said, broke up, and I didn't actually think she actually thought it. And she said, yes, same, I thought we would have. And there was many times in jail where I was in my own head and I did think she was going to split up with me because there was no reason for her to be with me. There was no reason. I was horrible. I was just horrible. Like, it's not like I was horrible to her. It was more just like, what? I mean, she's not benefiting anything from me. So I got out of jail and I've been telling her that I'm going to change. And she's heard it all before. So she's thinking, see, fuck. I've come out of prison, right? And I remember turning around to me. Within 6 months of getting out of jail, I was able to let her leave. Well, I was able for her to leave her job of 10 years to work online with me. So that felt good. Then I was able to give her everything she ever wanted. She always seen that she'd have something more than just being a hairdresser all her life. She did that within 6 months. With her help, it's not all me.
She puts in a lot of work.
Puts in a hell of a lot of work.
She's on my FYP more than you.
Yeah. And yeah, I think she still tells me to this day she's shocked. Like, she still can't believe it. Like, sometimes she thinks it's not real.
Would you think you'd be the Cam Easty that you are today if she wasn't who she is?
No. Reason being is, I don't know if you've ever gone through with a partner but their family and them open your eyes up to a different way of life, not just what your family knows. I definitely got it with hers. Like, there were certain things where I'd grown up, and because I've been an only child pretty much all the way through growing up, there were some things that I hadn't learned. And like Liv doesn't really think about things. Like you might catch her sometimes. She feels, I feel a bit anxious, but it's not because she's overthinking about something. It's because she used to say to me, "What the fuck are you thinking about?" She said, "You do realise you're just going to manifest it into it coming true." So she used to go to me, "What are you thinking about? Has it even happened? Why do you care?" And I think when I met yous, I'd just gone through a stage of I'd just spent a lot of money on a car, and there was an issue with the car, and I'd thought, right, you fucked up again. And that issue ended up sorting itself out. But because I got inside my head for so long, she was saying to me all the time, "You just, why do you feel sorry for yourself? What, because you've got a fucking massive, you spent a load of money on something? You're stupid." And she just doesn't feel sorry for me. So it stopped me feeling sorry for myself. And that's what I'd felt all through my life, is sorry for myself.
When you have that victim mentality,
Yeah,
that's when you destroy your life.
Yeah.
Like, you can't allow these things that go wrong in your life destroy it.
Yeah.
Everything that ever goes on in my life, I'm sure yours, it happens for a reason. You learn a lesson from it, and you just keep it moving.
So, sounds mad this. If something bad happens now, kind of celebrate it a bit more than something good happening. Because it sounds a bit mad, but when something wrong happens, I know it won't happen again, because I'll learn from the mistake and make sure it doesn't happen again. Mm-hmm. So I've alleviated that issue. That issue's not going to come back because I've got rid of it. It's not coming back, and I'll make sure it doesn't come back. And I feel like there's many different things, right? I'm going to tell you one massive thing. So I had a car for 3 years, and this is very, very simple, but it was just like the victim mentality. I was just so even worried about calling up the DVLA, but it was, my name was spelt wrong. But because I used to put things off so much, when I came to sell the car, I didn't even realise, I totally forgot, because the car got seized off me when I went to jail. So when I got the car back and I've gone to sell it, because I'd run away from it the whole time before jail, just not being able to, just not changing it, just because I'd used to just put things, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next week. I lost £500 on the car because of a decision I made 2 years ago. Because this whole victim mentality is, I know it's only something very, very small, but I just used to run away from the little things. So now I just enjoy doing the little things. Go on.
I spoke about this briefly on a pod a couple of weeks ago, but you have to put your future self first and think about what your future self actually needs in that moment in time. If you're selfish and you put your current self first, you're going to end up having a worse time in a week's time, in 6 months, in a year's time, if you don't take the action now.
And I feel like that's why people like us are successful, and other people are watching. And it sounds bad, this. But if you literally act on what you're doing, if you act on what we say and look at us and think, yeah, you might be making 6 figures a month, but I can fucking do that. Sounds unbelievable to anybody that's watching right now. But it's fucking not. I came out of jail 11 months ago.
This is the thing. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why
So
can't I do 6 figures
Remember
a
when
month?
everybody was taking a piss out of me for sitting on podcasts on my own? Do you think I give a fuck now?
Of course not.
Do I fuck?
What's success to you, bro?
Success to me is...
An American muscle car.
That's fucking headache. Success to me is making my dad proud and not making my family's life hard. It doesn't matter how much money I have, and doesn't matter how much money can help me. I've also realised ever since being in prison that money only buys you a bigger box and something that's materialistic. Money only buys things. Money alleviates worries, but I don't think it'll ever put a smile on my face like maybe what I've done for my dad, maybe what I've done for my parents and everything like that. I'm just a changed person ever since coming out. So that's probably it. It's just family, really.
Well, if your girlfriend or your dad or whoever went to hospital tomorrow, God forbid, for something life-threatening, there is not no amount of money in this world that would make you happier than them recovering.
No, but one thing that money will do is buy you a better healthcare.
I don't deny that. I don't deny that money gives you accessibility to other things.
Yeah.
The way that I'm talking about it to you is in terms of like health, which you agree with.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
for instance,
100%.
Your girlfriend goes into hospital tomorrow and is, God forbid, and something is happening with her that they can't figure out. No health professional in the world can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
There's not no amount of money in the world that will make you happy with it.
No.
At all.
What happens if she dies? If she dies, I'm never going to be happy. I think it will take me a long time to build on that. And I feel like it would always sit with me. Money comes and goes. Money's not life. Like I said, I just see my apartment as a bigger box to live in, and fucking cars is. I don't drive a car. I'd rather walk. I weren't put on this planet to fucking like a car. Like,
What is the purpose of Cam Easty? Why were you put on this planet then?
to help others.
And to sell shitloads of products on TikTok.
That's my bird. That's my bird. Yeah, I think the purpose of Cam Easty is to help others. Is not just do it for me, but do it for others as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to name names, but there's people that I try and help the most. I've tried to help many people. I've tried to do as much as I can, and in my course I charge such. I've already, when I previously came, I was charging my course for free. I was giving it to people for free.
I remember.
But when I
And you said, why would someone put their time and effort into something that they don't feel like they're losing?
Yeah,
anything
they've got no monetary value tied to. So I made it, and I spent 3 months on it, and I charged it 400 quid. But people told me that was too much, so I reduced it to £25 a month. £25 a month is what? Maybe a takeaway. And there's a girl, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's a girl, makes £600 a month. She's got 2 children. We're struggling. She's made £3,000 in the first 11 days of this month. No more worries.
What about Chloe Spriggs? How's she doing? I remember that name from the last pod.
She's doing good, you know. I tell you one that's kind of kicked me in the teeth. I helped Holly Hagan. Only start Holly of Geordie Shore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I helped her start.
Let's get fucking more.
I only helped her start. I didn't I just gave her some ideas. Just said like, could I give you some ideas? She's killing it on there now. Should have defo signed a 50-50 deal. No, I'm joking. These people are absolutely smacking it. Obviously.
What about someone like Musa? He's a clipper. Mm. How much is he going to be making a month? Because that's a different space. Because I see mixed opinions about the clipping. Some people say there's no money in it. Some people say there's shitloads.
Well, it depends. Depends how much you want to fucking work, innit? Like, you could.
So there is money in it if you want to put the work in.
Yeah, there's money in anything if you want to put the work in. Like, for example, if people say to me, "I can't make money with TikTok Shop," I said, "How many videos you made today?" None. Who's going to do it for you? Not fucking me. So the issue is people will give something a go for 2 days, right? People will give something a go for 2 days, and if it doesn't work in 2 days, they give up. Because you know what? Everything in life is given to people straight away. For example, you open up your phone, straight away, you've got satisfaction by watching TikTok, right? But if you sit on that app and think, right, fuck it, instead of watching, I'm going to make money off that app. And that's exactly what I did. I don't fucking watch TikTok. I catch, sometimes when I open the app, I catch myself just sat there thinking, what the fuck am I doing? And I'll sit there for a few minutes and I'm getting, like, I'm in it. I'm thinking, what the fuck? I'm scrolling. And then I find myself there 15 minutes later and I'm like, what the fuck has just gone on? But if you literally just do what you're watching people do and spend 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, with TikTok Shop, you have to make a video, and I don't say make anything over 15, 20 seconds long when you're starting. What's that? A minute for 3 videos. You're telling me you haven't got a minute in the day, and you haven't got 30 minutes to edit it. it's not down to if you want to make money. It depends on how.
Do you know what I'd say the barrier is for a lot of people? And not everybody, for some people that, let's say, feel comfortable getting in front of the camera but don't.
Yeah.
And maybe you could advise them on what to do. But it's, what do they actually post about? I feel like this is where a lot of people end up being stuck at.
So, simple. Going to work. Going to work because, for example, what do you do for a job?
Run a marketing agency.
Right, okay. But I don't know what you do in the morning. Don't know how you get up. Don't know what coffee you have. Don't know what drink you do. But I'm intrigued. Film it. That's all I'm saying. Is you run something different than me. I get up. I have a bowl of yogurt. I sit behind my desk. And I think that's fucking boring as shit. But someone would want to watch it because I make 35 grand in a month. 40 grand in a month. 60 grand in a month. 100 grand in a month. 200 grand in a month. And then, like, I could go, like, it's very simple. Come to work with me and work my 9 till 5 and my 5 till 9 because I know some people work after work as well, self-employed. So do that. Do what do I eat in a day? Do anything. Go into football with the boys. Just literally jumping in your car or putting your kit on, going to football, finishing football, coming home, what you've at, getting in bed. Done. People want to see what... It's just like, why do you think people... Why do you watch Coronation Street? Coronation Street, always relate back to because it's on one of the main 3 channels in the UK. Why do you think people watch Coronation Street? What dev's selling in a fucking shop? No, like, if I said to you, film what you fucking sell in a shop, you're going to go, shut the fuck up, mate. But people watch it. People want to see what people do on a daily basis. I want to see what Lou Pat does on a daily basis because he does cars. I don't. I'd love to see what he does. I'd love to be involved in cars. I just don't have time. I'd love to know how someone does a facial, but I don't have time. I don't know how to do it. Just want to watch it. See what I'm saying? It's very, very, very simple.
It's almost... Oh, sorry, go on.
Who's the king of TikTok?
Tonga Ali guy.
AB. Come zesty. I wouldn't say it's me. I wouldn't say it's me. The king of TikTok is probably someone like... I know who's very smart with it. If you're talking smart with it, I'd probably say someone like Musa or Luke Belmar or Tate, because they all have affiliate schemes that you don't even know that they're mass distributed to you through many different platforms and you don't actually know what's going on. It's just, you just keep seeing their face. They're actually mass distributed and it's a full organised campaign. Driven by bots, AI, and many, many different things. Repurposing the videos, making new titles, doing all different things, and it's got nothing sometimes to do with human interaction apart from letting it take over. OnlyFans agencies are run off AI, some OnlyFans agencies. I know a lad who repurposes his girl's content by literally throwing it into an AI bot. She'll film for hours in a day, and then it'll just chuck it all in, and then it'll just rejig the content, and you'll get 10 videos out of one video. So, I'm not the king of TikTok. If I was the king of TikTok, I'd be doing something like that, which I'm trying to do at the moment. But
So future king.
Future king, hopefully.
The prince.
I prefer Instagram now. Sorry to say TikTok, but I prefer Instagram. Do you prefer? And last time when I came on, I would have told you that TikTok is king. But if you want to build something, Instagram is king now. Instagram is king. You've got ManyChat. What's ManyChat? Well, monetize your Instagram platform. TikTok doesn't give you that.
Oh, motherfucker. I still think you're full of shit.
Well, to be honest, mate, that was all a lie. So when shall I start telling the truth?
Going back to the start of the podcast, with everything to do with jail.
Yeah.
So you go to court, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then
go on.
from court, what is it? Handcuffs straight away and then you go straight to prison?
No, so you go through... So first I went to magistrate, so I didn't even know the court process. So I'd been told by my solicitor that I was going to get let off. So I turned up at the first court, and my solicitor's not turned up.
Why?
Because remember when I told you before that I run away from everything? I'd run away from the legal aid letter that was coming through the door. So I had to try and find £300 on the day of court, which I didn't have.
You didn't think about your future self.
Didn't think about my future self. So I ran away from it. And that was the day it settled in. It settled in that I'm not going to run away from anything no more. But it was too late. I'd not made the decisions earlier in life. It was too late. I'd run away from it for too long. And then I went to give my plea. I went guilty. And when I walked, so then you go back a following week, you go back 2 weeks later. I've gone back 2 weeks later. I went back a month later. And now it's gone to Crown. So my barrister's sat me down. Guy with a wig sat me down and he's gone, Cam, they're looking at giving you 4.5 years. So I went, you fucking joking, are you? I said, you fucking joking? I said, like, I've been told I'm getting let off. No, they're starting you at the top tier. So I thought, shit. So, got into the courtroom. Delivered my part. Co-defendants delivered his part. Obviously, I've gone back. We've took a break I delivered my part. We've gone for a break. My barrister said, I'm supposed to be going away with my wife today. I've only took this case because I said I would. Am I okay to leave? I said, well, you've delivered for me. It's fine. He left. I went back into court. Oh no, he went, you're gonna get off. You're gonna get off. And I've never seen it like this before, but you're gonna get off. I've walked back into the courtroom. I couldn't have said that the other side went fucking really, really fucking bad. And the judge had looked at me and gone, I'm sorry, Mr. Reese, but you're going to have to go to prison. He read me my term out and he said, I can't suspend you. You're going to have to go to prison. I turned around to my girlfriend, floods of tears. Dad's mouthing that he loves me. And I was just like, wow. I remember turning round, and it was in like the biggest court in Chester. I've turned around, looked at him, and like this finger's just like gone through my body head to toe. Like tingling all down my fingers.
But what's the process though, from court to prison? Is it instant?
So they take you down. They don't take you down in handcuffs or anything. They just take you down. So there's like if you go down the set of stairs, you're fucked. Basically, if you come back out the door, we're nice. But if you go down the set of stairs, you're fucked. So I've gone down a set of stairs underneath the courts, and the guy sat me down. Said, "What's your name?" I said, "Cameron Eastwood." He said, "How old are you?" Just turned 23. He said, I didn't think you was going to go to prison then. I said, neither did I. I said, where am I going? He said, you're going alt course. I said, all right, fuck. So where's that? He said, Liverpool. I said, all right, no worries. So I've been sat down in this like cell underneath the court, and it was just whatever you could imagine, an old dingy
so there's an actual cell underneath the courtroom?
Underneath the court, yeah.
What, you stay there overnight?
No. So I stayed there for 2 hours with just a newspaper. But I was like...
Newspaper any good?
Fuck me, mate. You try and read a newspaper after you've just been sentenced to prison. I was just sat there, and I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared.
Did it feel fake?
Yeah. That's exactly what it felt like.
Well, someone's going to come out and say, prank.
And if you ask anyone who goes to prison, you think like someone's going to open the door and go, fucking come on then, mate, out you go. I'm joking. But I actually genuinely thought someone was going to open the door, because that's how stupid I've been all my life. I've always took the easy escape. Anyway, 2 hours later, guy opens the door. Well, fucking yes, time to go home. And he's like, nope, you're going on the sweatbox. What the fuck's a sweatbox? I've been lined up into this van. Fucking been put into like these like silver cubicles. And then there's 6 of us. 3 of them have just been nabbed that day, took to court, and then they're going on the sweatbox. And then there's a fucking nonce. And then there's a nonce at the front of the bus. So everyone was just fucking giving this. So you know when it's a nonce because it's a see-through box, and you can see them. And they
Wait, why do they have to have a see-through box just in case they?
I don't. Yeah. I think so. So and the guard was the guard. So
That's fucking weird, by the way.
They're not supposed to. They're not actually supposed to tell you. But this guy was like 75, bro. Like, he was old, right? And he looked like an art teacher. That's all I could explain him. And we was going, because you have to call him Miss. Miss! Like, this is what all the lads are shouting, is he a nonce? Is he a nonce? And then we was, like, all these lads, not me, because I didn't even know what was going on. I couldn't see through. He was right at the front. So, like, I'd have to look and go right, but obviously can't get me head out the door. So, yeah, gone all the way down. And it felt like what was fucking forever, just getting thrown about in this van. And then I'd landed at Alt Course in a holding cell. Spent 6 hours in there. They gave me a fucking microwave meal. It was shit. And gave me some, like, a squeegee packet of soap to have a shower with because I was sweating pints. Because obviously you just fucking sweat pure. And then he led me to my cell. And I thought, fucking hell, it's not too bad here. It's actually all right. And it literally, what I could have told you, looks like army barracks. Anyway, 10 days in there. Come back to my pad from barbering. Pad mate's gone. I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? Am I being played with here? Where the fuck's he gone? And this is my co-defendant, so this is the guy I've been arrested with. So I'm thinking, where the fuck's he gone? And I've seen this note on the desk. It says, yo, mate, they've shipped me out. I think I'm going Berwyn. Will you tell my missus? Oh, fuck. Then 2 seconds later, a lady cracks the door. Door pushes open. Cam, you going Val Green? And it's like, at this time, it was the roughest wing in the jail. Someone just died on there 2 days before, because like, it comes up on the system. Someone died. I'm thinking, fucking hell, where am I going here?
What's 23-year-old Cam thinking in that moment? Like, I'm the one person that I knew in this place, the one, let's say, safe space that I had is gone. Not only are they moving me now after 10 days after I've just settled, my mate's gone, but they're moving me to the worst possible place that I could be going to in this fucking building. What's that feeling like?
There's no feeling. It's not even a feeling. I don't think I had a feeling. I don't remember having a feeling. Just rang my bird and said, I'm getting moved over. I don't know if I'm going to be able to call you tonight. I don't know what the situation is over there. I don't know who I'm getting padded up with. I don't know whose room I'm going in with. I don't know if I'm going up with a big guy who fucking snores every single night. I don't know if I'm going in with fucking anybody. I don't know if I'm on my own. I don't know what's going to go on. I don't know if I'm going to get fucking murdered. I don't know what's going to go on. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. So I've gone in there, and then this guy comes to the door. Yes, lad, you all right? I thought, yeah, you, mate. So, that's my pad, that. Oh, right, great. Anyway,
is this your cellmate?
This is my new cellmate. To be honest, he was an all right guy, to be fair. He was a big drug dealer from Liverpool. Seemed to be an all right guy. A couple of years older than me. Sweet guy, to be fair. Just was... if it says anything about him, he was walking around jail with a Rolex on, so he wasn't scared of anybody.
Is it right to be padded up with him then?
Yeah, but you don't know which way he's going to go, do you?
Oh yeah, I suppose you don't want to get on the wrong end of him.
But he was all right. He was a good guy.
You drop a cheeky fart or some shit and he flips the shit.
Yeah, like...
Fucking stinking up me fucking room, lad. Fuck off.
Yeah. Like, he was on the phone with, like, one bird, then he was on the phone with his other bird, then he's got another bird. I was thinking, fucking hell, the way these other people live, man, what the fuck am I doing here? And then next morning I woke up and they said, Cam, you're not going barbering. I said, why the fuck am I not going barbering? She said, I don't know, you're just not going. I said, is it not on? She said, no, the other people have gone. I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on here? And then they come and grab me. Cameron Eastwood, get your stuff together, you go into another jail. And I've been told I'm going to a rough jail. It wasn't the jail that I thought, but imagine, right, you don't know where you're going, you're just getting put in a sweatbox. I had no credit to speak to my family that day. I then arrived in another jail, and then I've arrived there, I'm in a holding cell. I've been on the sweatbox for I don't know how long, because I don't have a watch. I don't have any sense of time. I don't have any sense of direction. I'm just in a holding cell.
Do the guards treat you like shit in jail?
Some, not all.
What bad experiences did you have with a guard?
They'd make things up. They can write things and they can things that can things that can negatively impact you in jail. They'll make up and stuff like that. They'll make it a bit hard for you. But if you're an all right person, don't really make. They're all right with you.
If you make their lives easy, they'll make yours, type thing.
Simple, mate. Yeah, it's not like I scratch theirs, so they scratch mine. It's more just like, I won't fucking say out to you, you don't say out to me. But there was like screws in there who were like mums to people, do you know, like who would just come and like some people in there, some young lads, parents have died, got no family, grew up in a foster care system. So people just like crave it, but then sometimes people just go a bit too far with it and end up fucking snitches.
What would you say to someone, whether they were in the position that you were in, or someone that just wants to live the Wi-Fi money life? I feel like that's the word that goes around nowadays. What would you say to them?
Fucking, I don't do trading, mate. Jesus.
That's what it is, though. You're making money online.
Be careful. I'd be careful about what you are picking. Because there's many things out there that I know a lot of people that sell you a course that doesn't fucking work. Unless you've seen real people leave real results and it's not the fucking owner of the course showing the results. So, for example, I'll show mine, but other people will say, oh yeah, Cam's done this for me, right? Unless other people are saying it, don't buy the course. Just because anybody can make up a fake account, anybody can make up a fake thing, anybody can tell you they're making a lot of money and can say that they're making a lot of money, but sometimes they're just making money by you signing up. And that's what I will tell you. Be careful. Be careful.
Do your due diligence.
Do your due diligence.
But is it possible for anyone?
Look at me, I came out of jail. I was at the fucking rock bottom, mate. I had nothing, no money, no nothing. I was in 25 grand worth of debt. Try and beat me on that one. I was at fucking rock bottom.
I think that's a nice place to wrap up the pod, man. It's been an absolute pleasure having you back on again. I'm sure it's not the last time as well, man.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Hopefully we're going to be over in Thailand soon. Do the Thailand ep.
Yeah, that was sick.
Round
my villa. I'm going to definitely get a villa out there.
That'll be lit, bro.
Well, yeah. Cam, thanks for coming down, brother. We appreciate you, man. Go on.
You know how we do after the 40k or two.
After a Gooms pod or two. After a 6 bags or two. After a fucking TikTok course or two. Whatever you want to do. But yeah, thanks for coming, brother. We appreciate you. Thanks for traveling down. And thank you to all of you guys for clicking on this podcast. We appreciate you, always. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn the bell notification on so you get notified every time we release a podcast. And we'll see you all next week.
Love, guys. Thanks for listening. Cam, it's been a pleasure, man.
Safe.
Peace!